qualify about Champions League.
Yeah, for Chelsea for no 10 players from Forest match no.
Mate.
Zenya ya for.
Until me bisa simple question. Say ayas for no.
So qualify for league.
League nim. No league name ready do.
League name league. Sa league
deserve champions.
Sa league na be na PSV.
Ball number born in run there.
Sa league na be na PSV boy or they say Napoli.
Nkoyi. Because our Chelsea team we are. Yes, sure, simple.
Oh, sure, simple.
Now I Gatens. At the man of the match. Oh, me team name ready do.
Okay, that's it.
Team Chelsea team wait to show 5 Champions League. Oh, David. Sometimes football ain't fair crowd. Say Ajax air Champions League. No Manchester United.
Stop saying it. It's the match day 3 over. And the records that fell in the Champions League start from the match day 3. Because between Tuesday and Wednesday, games here about Champions League have seen a record number of goals scored in a single match week in the Champions League. 71 goals. And you share 71 goals.
That is incredible.
And about 4 of 3 teams and they share 5. Like your friend said, Tiba, your friend of Chelsea, share by 5 goals. Paris Saint-Germain the day before 4 goals. You Arsenal more. And lots of the teams, Barca more are all in the category of 2 or more and 3 or more. There was a lot of goals this week. The Ayala Moko die who say goals, but almost Ankoda will be mine. Now, yeah, me
watch my
and overs be because he said it on Tuesday that there were going to be a lot of goals.
Tuesday,
it wasn't just on Tuesday, but on Wednesday also there were a lot of goals. Also, highest scoring Champions League match weeks since he started, 2005, 2025, 2026, match day 3. Like I said, 18 games, 71 goals. Before that, not the highest, 67 goals. And about for 2 seasons. This season here and last season, also there were good match weeks. And of course, the last time I knew about 16 games, 63. And I never in terms of goals. There have been a lot of goals in the Champions League. It started, Athletic Club de Bilbao, which I don't trust them. And I'm still happy that I don't trust Athletic Club. Because I brought Karabakh for a show my first goal. Near course second half, still Athletic Club was struggling. I kept on telling myself, if not for nothing, I have saved myself of that committee. Of course, good job done by them. Said they were able to rally it back and win the game by 3-1. They needed a win. And where else than at the San Mamé? So Mbeshe, Karabakh had been very, very stubborn with Champions League game. Maybe for people who have not paid close attention to them, almost 6 points. Even after Nhyira, in their first 2 games, the Champions League, they had won all of them. They beat Galatasaray every game by 3-1. Omni Bodo Glimt, which I saw a tweet from somebody that said, Victor Osimhen to mainstream Europe, it's probably a blessing. Imagine Victor Osimhen and Nhyira, the job that he did in that Arsenal team. Or Victor Osimhen leading the lines for Liverpool. Or for some reason, Madrid for no arrange with team with Mbappe on one wing, Vinicius on one wing, and Mbappe and Victor Osimhen centrally as the number 9. Or imagine Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Victor Osimhen centrally. The big teams that can really pull their weight when it comes to the Champions League. Imagine Victor there, because I know he was instrumental. 2 goals, but for me, it wasn't about just the goals not sharing. The pressing ability on and off the ball, he was superb.
And there's any trademark.
In America, that's like when moments like this come.
I don't Victor Osimhen.
Yeah.
Unpersonal. It means there's something wrong.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That moments like this, though, reminds us of, say, AB and Kobe Hanko for mainstream Europe.
Yeah.
Kobe Hanko for Baby Rich. I was scared about Atalanta and seeing not a single goal. It's the reason I don't trust this Atalanta team, especially coached by Ivan Jurisic. Ideally, Kame, in most of his leagues, Atlanta will not be in there, especially knowing how Slavia Prague is a very tough team in terms of defending. Of course, that game ended 0-0. Bayern Munich and now they win by 4-0. What a time of things that's going on. The Chelsea winning Ajax by 5-1. Liverpool went away to beat Frankfurt by 5-1. Monaco and Tottenham 0-0. Real Madrid beat Juventus by solitary Jude Bellingham goal. And of course, Marseille after a red card Nico Colucci Rich last night. It was the Victor Osimhen night. And in the Champions League, he is reminding everybody, say, oh, a top prospect and born on him. He was the man of the match, scored 2 goals, and he adds the goals I watched this season against Tottenham Hotspur, AZ Alkmaar, watched against Ajax Amsterdam, Bodo Glimt, Liverpool, and also another one against AZ Alkmaar. Now, this picture of Victor and then Nebano when he was going to take his man of the match award, a very, very good Galatasaray team. Now, Tottenham Hotspur sadly went away from home, and it was a goalless draw. The best performance on the night, man of the match on Ekoma, Tottenham Hotspur for goalkeeper, I friend Guillermo Vicario. Now, the number of saves to or preventive goals in an XG of 2.68, 8 saves total, and on man the best goal. It wasn't a good game for Thomas Frank and then Brandt. Of course, a featured about here, your friend Mohamed Salisu. Hey, Charlie, World Cup Salisu. And now, keep it clean sheet. Top player. Player power. Mo Salisu. Player papa.
Banazo atna benchache.
Oh, but so I started bonga. I don't know money Man City no. Erling Haaland won man ye foul na me say then am dey Salisu. Am bobo be no say Erling Haaland pia Salisu finish na me say Salisu man man ni nyamro obetimi Haaland abo.
No, Haaland dey.
Ye dey in dey ba o. Ye di akpele ni fetre de chini ye dey ba o.
The physical appearance na.
Salisu physical appearance.
Usiana.
Salisu physical appearance.
Yes,
yeah, well built. Na ye dey you. What's that? Story Sporting CP also won the game by 2-1, and it was a bad night for Roberto Di Zerbi. But a big one was at the Santiago Bernabeu, and of course, Madrid for Nia Juman, which was a keenly contested game.
Sure.
And like I said, Barcelona had scored in a normal game against Olympiacos, and the focus had shifted to the Gran Clasico. So also make sure say you go into this game and then you win your game. It was a tough one, although Madrid for game a more difficult than Barca's game. But then what a job done by Brandt friend Jude Bellingham, beginning to reinvent himself and reintroduce himself with respect to quality no Kitano team and friend football club Real Madrid. Now when you had a solitary goal for team and friend Real Madrid, and I love this from Kylian Mbappe. Omu match no Instagram no say Charlie. Well done. We keep moving forward, but the focus is on the Gran Clasico this weekend on Sunday at the Santiago Bernabeu. Oh, early prediction, Biana. And I ain't.
Oh, and then Nyami Admochna. No, Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday should nominate predict. But also, Kofi, Osha game now.
Yeah.
1-0 or no?
Yeah.
Maybe Shabi.
Yeah.
A true reflection of the game.
Yeah. Very tight, of course.
Game there, very tight.
Very tight. In fact, I think that the game only picked up somewhere around the 30-something minutes and intensity they can
because both teams will be any chances are.
Yeah.
I think credit in the 2 goalkeepers.
Yeah.
They did so well.
Di Gregorio and Thibaut Courtois.
Sav Vlahovic.
Yeah, Dusan Vlahovic.
Yeah. Courtois same I mean, super.
Yeah.
Mbappe so Bobima, Juve, goalkeeper.
Yeah.
No, I mean, not 2 goalkeepers, no.
Yeah.
No, me phenomenal. They almost play.
But I didn't like Mbappe's finishing in there. And then in the second half, he had a good chance, which I thought Cesar Cotonou was no placing at the top corner.
No,
he's on the bottom corner.
Very good.
Which someone Bendy Gregorio, never. And I feel like
very good.
Oh, rich. And I was more.
Also, rich.
Yeah.
So, and the reflexes are very good.
Oh, but
that only prevented Real Madrid from scoring another goal.
For me, that wasn't a game that Mbappe. I don't think Mbappe was.
Oh, not the next in
terms of performance. Yeah.
And now our chances are corner side now next and go.
We will mention Mbappe near about Jude Bellingham and mention all the players, but Madrid's really key man, star man in terms of doing the job. He's a creator in chief in that Madrid team.
Sure.
And are you comfortable now with the team to the extent that the last time he catch us over the weekend one started, he came onto the field of play. Now Abrantia Feno, other goals now issuing instructions as if your cruise, calm, collected, all upon the ball.
And I'm now only playing the DBAM team. Mesut Ozil.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course. Zomina Turkish decent.
Besides, I say after Mesuto Zona. Yen said then Turkish has a why you so comfortable on the ball. I mean, Bobo had to be a brand in born.
Other gulas within.
And tell me, besides, then and now, Carangelo team who are branding on.
Rich.
So, and that Carangelo, no man more crowd.
But it's always down to how Carlo wanted to play. So, then, Diana Carlo Peso Bono. If you're not
for me, a brand in the Bono Bono.
Yeah.
The who say, or best fitting to any team.
Yeah. And Alonso, it depends on how the coach wants to play. The coach born ma, if you're on Pesa style. And Alonso have found a way for the team to work hard to your friend is saying, to accept the boy's strengths of creativity, you know, and he's doing a job. Rich, there are certain times when Madrid are playing, Mbappe drifts, Vini will drift, then he will be the one to occupy central areas. So, for the two players, no, the ability to get the balance in the attacking zone, and for me, that is very good. And now, my friend, he said, "Oh no, when you're the man of the match, you know, I know I shock, you know, say, me and me, man of the match. You know, he was the man of the match on the night. And then Champions League chances created. Kylian Mbappe leads. And right after that, Abrante Freno, Ada Gole is second. Of course, there's a name of Florian Wirtz, like you mentioned. Thibaut Courtois was excellent. And this chance for Abrante Freno, Dusan Vlahovic, and of course, Di Gregorio was excellent. Rich, then in champ at the Stamford Bridge. Many junior maybe who, many engineer maybe who. Many junior maybe who. Because when 2 or 3 weeks ago, when Chelsea were struggling, I told you that in the morning game, nobody cares our performances being, especially say Obi Ejaji where Chelsea have come from and Enzo Maresca as a coach. They won't care about performances again. What they'll be looking at is were Chelsea able to win the match, and it's important. Rich, after another game, it means that in 4 games consecutively, Chelsea are shown yeah. And after the small struggles that they had, and Maresca can say, oh, BBAC here, people should calm down because the team is on the right trajectory and it was good. But you see, there was something very important, significant, of course, that you probably won't hear anywhere. Is the fact that Enzo Maresca erring 10 changes. 10. Bona who's a Chelsea boy, it was players 10. Our man will be against Nottingham Forest. Including João Hato, Philip Jorgensen, Tosin Adrabiayo, Wesley Fofana, and a host of them. And everybody saw match, you know. So it means that Maresca has had the ability, rare one, to rest the players maybe whilst going into the game. Into all those João Pedro, Moni and the other were not part of the conversation. You know. For the very first step in the middle, Chelsea saw Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia, and their branch friend Moises Caicedo. Although nominally or started Moises Caicedo from right back, but he inverted centrally to come and play with the Ajax Amsterdam team. To be very honest, I am always very, very specific on performances than results. And this is Mika Chemo say the Manchester United game, Man United play against Chelsea. It wasn't Man United that were better. The red card had a huge influence in the game. You can agree or disagree. And it was same in this game and Ranajo. Before that red card, in the first 15 minutes, no, the game was close. It was a good organizational ability by Johnny Heitinga and any team, no, to prevent Chelsea from creating quality chances. But just when they had that red card, the game changed. Of course, red card can. So you always give that, but I like it when Enzo Maresca after the game said that, oh, yeah, you did red card, maybe, and you say, ding, so we did red card to play with a team that's already 11-11 can holding. No sense when you another numerical advantage. Right after that, Chelsea were able to set up a goal, and then of course, it was a very, very good one. It came from our brand here, your friend Mark Gill, our Chelsea, very, very, very important goal. Our for our brand here, friend Mark Gill. A lot of the Chelsea fans were calling for McGee to start.
And I'm coming on start.
Yeah, and
on start ahead of Tariq.
You see, I like how Maresca has used him because McGee by no positionally disciplined. He's a La Masia boy that can play the ball. So sometimes a striker, he always wants to come and play. Maresca strikers, no, they are not overburdened with scoring goals. So their job is to occupy space for the SS, no, to find those space to attack the house space is important. The positional straightness is very important. He has grown in it, and I saw it against Nottingham Forest. And in this game, it was very important. I said, go no Shayna. Before sending a free kick, neighbor, no offside position. He was in an offside position before the free kick came in. Then, because Chelsea found a ball in a similar set piece routine, the ball was floated to the far post. Chelsea had overloaded them. Internet Lavia, Gettins, and our bench friend Wesley Fofana in the far post. Then he headed it into the part of our bench here, your friend McGee, for Chelsea to get their very, very first goal in that regard. The second goal, obviously, came from our bench here friend Enzo Fernandez. Rich, maybe now I am normal, so people don't talk about Enzo. Maybe now people have come to accept, especially compared to time now about Chelsea for which in 21 home games, Enzo Fernandez as a box crusher has 14 goal contributions. Has contributed to everything Chelsea does near glaring. And then now Maresca can say he is super important to the team. We will so be able to Twitter say who Chelsea starting lineup unrespected team, you know. But almost both game and almost Shenko for. And the person was asking, say, is it that the Chelsea players, you know, are just too good or Maresca is underrated? It is both. People underrate Maresca because even Chelsea fans of the championship it's okay. And people also look at the age of the players, you know, and say, "Oh, I'm crank to me mobile." I asked Amsterdam when they were winning the Champions League, were in crank. It's about how you use them. And now record also fell down. The very first ever team in the history of the Champions League, one match day, 3 goal scorers, all of them were from the academy. United Niba could be as a can we chill on that. Mutim more Champions League, and we Champions League analysis. You can remember league analysis. That's how much Champions League will be.
And you can't team number Gutano.
But so movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Okay.
And so I said, Dimia. Champions Banners, my.
Yes. Sorry,
I said, me, Sammy Pa, me Manchester betting a fee. The man Chelsea match, the enemy do me TV.
But some TV.
Oh, idiot.
But I do TV one.
Oh, say me tease as much you two in the
that's what I'm going to go away.
Me, what am I going to Kakame? Me dear, you go hands because I name ya. Say, and could I, yes, show me and say, I'm over Champions League.
But
I'm paying 40 feet.
You're qualified as an
and I'm making
now, but grab crown now. Maggie, 19 years. But me say,
Barcelona will be.
But Champions League been see that said Barcelona 3 players only teenagers.
I asked it.
I say one day. No problem, but a record out of form. Obianka so more yard. Yes, say a record.
Obi 19 years old.
But
19 years old.
Into only 18 na. 19 already to
18 ba unsa.
Into 18.
Only 19 old.
Oya black man 19 ko 18. Team is 18. In general, Chelsea are 3 teenagers getting the goal from Albert Rich. Still, I don't know. I know this is be unpopular. I'm not too convinced about Estaval. Like, maybe I'm expecting too much. But Semeshena, when I finish watching Esteban, I'm maybe Sheni and Kofu Achro about Tima. I'm like, are we not exaggerating?
Samu.
Which Esteval's contribution was good, but it wasn't that telling. Oh, we need penalty in the box. He took the ball in. Defender did very well and coordinate carbon team. And the defender accidentally and announced not tough form. It's a penalty. I like the gesture from Enzo Fernandez or the ball the man said to boost your confidence. If you Brasileiro Munaba, let us put you up there. You look like you can be the star boy. Bebo, an excellent run up to the penalty. Madrid, after the game, I've seen a lot of things probably blown out of proportion.
No, maybe on the an opportunity Maresca interview. No?
Yeah.
Also, one player and who was all managing.
Yeah.
As a coach, because. Oh yeah, some players now could start maybe.
Yeah.
Could jibo no so entertaining supporters no di. Anytime be a Chelsea ball game home biano. Supporter bi or baby biano want to come to the stadium and watch him because anya hwe kro ba mu ani age obejibo adanu obi obetwe ade. And I think or ade bibi to the Chelsea team.
Oh yeah, he does. But I'm just saying that, you see, I like the
thing.
In Sema Maresca kind of...
the reason why I'm a pet Lamia ball.
You see, in Sema Maresca kind of were good things. You see, the idea me, I quickly jumped to Lamine Yamal and said, Rich, Lamine Yamal from the off added a lot of goals. Maybe it is the story of Esteval. Was starting Shego.
This is what team now born home.
Was starting Shego, of course. Was starting Shego, and it is good. If you get a goal against Liverpool, now being a goal against Ajax Amsterdam in your first Champions League start, it is big. So I get that. But I think that for me, I don't know. Anytime maybe I say, I'm waiting to see more from Esteval because I read a lot of good things about him. They are heightening the expectation of the young boy. Of course, I believe that he's going to be a very, very huge star.
Overhyped.
No, I don't think it's about being overhyped. Okay. I'm saying it's usually the diction and comfort they describe the things that happen in the game. No, Ushe match now. There are times that he tries to dribble inside, outside. I read a tweet also from one of the boys that go to Stamford Bridge. I say, Chelsea season ticket holder 10 years in. Now, say Oko Stamford Bridge, where the very first time when we say Chelsea fans know, a player be asem. And according to him, even time and Kopama Eboma Chelsea, ne Kopama goes in assist. Estevao hasn't scored as much. But as they just love him. And maybe he had to say, maybe because Una or unassuming, laid back. And yesterday, Enzo Maresca mentioned that he is humble and looks like a good kid. So maybe that's why people essentially have fallen in love with him. I think he can do more. And I'm waiting to see Sabentia friend Estevao Willian.
Before you move now, Raymond Teddy Collins, our YouTuber, say, Richardo, tell Fifi that Estevao deserved the accolade. If it was this same ball at Barcelona or Real Madrid, the hype. The message no, I'm saying okay. I call for more now. I can't do it. I say if he was at the same ball at Barcelona or Real Madrid, the hype would have been more. Okay, see, I want me correcting the kakra. I'm also say a brand ball England no.
Yeah.
So ball Spain, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Modena.
Yeah.
And Kassan a man for Becca.
Yeah.
Accolades now a man for the man on it. The same thing.
Probably even more.
I be cranky become more. Into young farmer.
I get that. And I think okay, he's not far from right.
Okay.
Because you see, I have another hot take. Pau Kubasi, the footballer is playing.
Yeah.
Joshua Champion can play, but Joshua probably will not get a chance to play that football. Maybe Joshua was playing like he will play that football. So it's like just like life, opportunity. Maybe I'm engineer, somebody can do better analysis than I do.
Sure.
But maybe I will know opportunity, no. So I can understand it. But Nyamika with Estevao, they say, on a personal level, maybe I've consumed a lot about Estevao. I share a lot of videos about Estevao. I've read a lot of scout reports about Estevao, and I'm expecting too much. But when I see him play games, he does the good things, not way too much.
Someone can see, as if I'm sure you slept while watching the game. With the name Namiko. That one party I say the Estevao boy was tremendous yesterday.
Okay.
Lami Yama is from the La Masia.
Yeah.
Born and bred in Barcelona DNA. It's easy for him to assimilate this boy Estevao and what the account. To understand no what that. Oh. We just give me one baby.
I mean, I get that. What is that?
No, but my dear Bakome Power. Oh, you'll be out happy place, but auntie. What has a Utetia breaking? I don't know.
No, me when because
I was over hypness is here.
No, yes, I say me who am who. Me no. Me, I don't care. Say I mean, kwa.
They be out to be a cancer, but they are shooting Boba.
Yeah,
and was all down
because I saw it. I saw it, but I see you know past me. This guy is good.
I could say, I'm going to buy the Ashina.
Me no one yes, I'm sure. Do the opposite.
And I was papa. Yankasi players are not, but the Ashina. Sorry, no, and your body Ashina. A Yakwabakona. Oh, you plan it to do the defender.
Why did you do?
Oh, you were fat to Nipe. Oh,
what you do?
Also, free France was on a buy
of river.
But they're still doing Bobo. Disasi.
One of the guys has a chill.
Chairman Disasi.
One of the guys has
no one have a bed to have a cancer, baby.
Michelle
Disasi in Bobo. Akweba chess in hand and
Michelle
if you them to Genesika.
And for will be on two problem. When yes, sir, one have pushing my cancer. Man, has a man,
no, hold on. We can't admit me, I can provide you.
Man, has a
say a brand only Bobo.
Now, but
I can't be brave.
Even at a time where you and everybody
has
no American, but I see what Johnny because Okoshe match na fa into Uba no be sawano. And all of them on got as a mix on but I see no more to show me.
No.
See any American.
Several cases maybe. But they are you. Me nka so Nimbobo. What I said was meba. The defensive awareness na form. But born
defensive awareness is good. Then make defensive awareness of football. The ball and referee. But what argument is that? Say the defensive awareness of football.
The defender there who yes defending.
He defends.
But they do maybe an referee.
No, that is not true. He defends and he plays.
Kwande onya denti you dey rap up na inwi.
Maybe I'm going to come with this as
no ada.
Mo am come asem. Oh, because you what da engine and fanning to us engine and see bonnet. He was just saying it metaphorically, that's all.
And now we bibi.
And there was a man. So by every new game also by 4-0 and a good one for Abrantia Yefredo, Vincent Company or Richard Nicolas actually go Bayern. And congratulations to Enzo Maresca and Abrantia for a very good win. I think that they need to keep up the momentum. They momentum. Liverpool echo away from home Germany by 5-1 against Bayern for against Frankfurt, and of course a goal from our branch friend Hugo Ekitike. Very very good one, pa. On it's rich. And then so for Champions League table now, say NTA the top 8 automatically qualified teams now includes Newcastle, Barcelona, Liverpool. These are the teams that are on. It's rich.
Right.
And then Europa League games got Krebi and that we worked on for you. And just like every day we do, we just continue the winning. Into your first now foul pen no paper, naji coats no corner kucha, and give yourself a big chance at winning our Hasim. Sure, first one BW 1A F8 BE 6B. That is it. Hold on. Second one BW 1A F7 BE96, and a second one. The third one BW 1A F7 8841, and last one I'm the I saying a BW 1A F7 6595. Rich. These are the codes. Share on Nhyira TV or on TV. You can take a screenshot. But there's a last code. And Oko Fiifi Manfred Twitter, Fiifi Manfred Facebook. Obenyasa code no honor. Go and pick it up. AB I don't have a ball. Thank you.
It does a Fiifi Manfred. You need the business.